installation of the Seidecar Skid Plate, you're gonna need the following tools: a ratchet, 9/16 socket, 2 inches extension, and a number 4 Allen wrench. Let's go now and move to the installation instructions. First step is to remove the step on the sidecar. This is necessary to make room here for the bracket that is going to receive and hold the skid plate. Depending on the model of your bike, you are going to have 3 mounts or brackets for your bolts, or 4. This bike came with 4, so we had to remove this one here to make room for a bracket and also to set up our step. You can also cut this corner here. Still had to remove this, but you can cut this corner here, and that will allow our bracket to be installed over there. However, eventually with the time, this will rust. So our choice is to have our step, because it also covers the entire surface here, and it's more secure. The second step is to install the brackets that are gonna hold the skid plate underneath the sidecar. This is the bracket that will be on top, receiving the second bracket, making a sandwich of the skid plate. In this case, with this bike, we already have a winch mount on the frame of the sidecar. So what we do is we remove the bolts. This way we can bring the skid plate with the attachment here and put it in between the 2 brackets and secure it. This is going to be the case for this bracket that is, in this case, is in the back of the frame, and the one on the front. It needs to be on both sides. Again, if you don't have the winch mount, this will be over here, receiving and replacing the bracket, in this case for this winch mount. Knowing that this is the back of the skid plate, we're gonna start by bringing the bracket that we included with the package, with the skid plate, and we're gonna attach it to the skid plate. We're gonna attach it, but we're not gonna tie it yet. It's gonna be loose there, and to get in place with the brackets that are waiting on the frame that we did on the first step. So we're gonna do this 2 times. Again, this is the back of the skid plate, and already have the other one done on the front of the skid plate. Now we're gonna proceed to take this underneath and set it up with the brackets. Now, with the skid plate close enough, you can see that this bracket needs to go in between these 2 other brackets. Again, in this case, we have a winch mount bar on this bike, so the bracket looks a little bit different because it's the winch mount bracket, but it works the same way with the ones that comes with the skid plate if you don't have, or you don't buy the winch mount bar. So basically, this needs to go in between here, and this works as a sandwich that is gonna squeeze and compress this bracket that is gonna be bolted in from the bottom over here. place the top bracket on top of the frame right underneath the pin nut. If necessary, loose the brake line while placing the bracket. Secure the skid plate with the bottom bracket. Using the 9/16 socket, secure the bracket. Repeat the process with the inside front bracket. If necessary, use a screwdriver to align all holes of the brackets. The last step is to install the step that came with the skid plate. If you decide to stay with the existing step, remember that you had to make a modification and cut the corner of the inside 90 degrees angle of the step. You can now secure and tie all the bolts around the skid plate and brackets.